Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, Trashkin all, good evening and welcome to another episode of Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your humble host, Rasp, a Trash Bear, and today we're getting back into Remnant 2.
Yeah, I don't trust this place.
Me neither, it reminds me too much of Bloodborne. Needs a face. Needs a face. Nothing disturbing about that. I know, boy, I'm nervous too. Alright, that seems like a way forward. I'm betting that door's locked, but I'm checking it just in case. My finely tuned treasure sense tells me perhaps there is pay dirt there? There's disappointment here. Oh. We're shown to a palace. We got some ring wraith looking dudes. Essential. Pair of gods without a face. Gods, savior figures. We got black and sullied. Oh, twin aspect thing going on there. Well, who knows what kind of lore we're gonna uncover here. This is entirely uncharted. Come on, Puppo. Pup, good boy. How you doing that scoop, friend?
This isn't looking good.
Great. They got wings. They got freaking energy wings. Oh boy, it's about to get weird. But do they pop back up? Oh, nope. Them's one-time baddies. Latched. Alright, let's work our way up. Heck. Whoop. Somebody hurting my best boy? You shut your mouth. Great. They're mages with wings and libraries. Isn't that just terrific? You are a very good boy, BB.
No more room. No room for that.
Huh? Things they'll do for scrap. Yeah, that's him. There we go. Latched. Latched. Well, I'm wrecking it. Right, can break light fixtures. Got it. Candelabras. Castlevania rules. Wonder if there's gonna be any wall chicken. Elegant. Shame it's not durable as well. Is that the way we came in? No. Neek. Alright. I mean, it's very elegant furniture. Well, it's sad to break it, but scrap, yo. Alright, so I took care of that. Is there an adjoining wing, perhaps? No, the adjoining ring is quite far distant. Oh. You might wonder why I'm scrapping out everything. That's because I blew everything on upgrades again. Well, I got no rejoiner for that. Magic sigils? Really? Okay. Well, I think that's damn near everything. I should really swap out these claws for something, but I'm so deep into the upgrades at this point. So we can't progress forward that way. That way's also barred to us. But we did at least find a treasure. Chest, that is. Huh. Portrait fell down. Bulletproof, got it. I broke it with my foot. I know scrapping is quite boring to watch, but it's a necessary evil. Heck, somebody gave that madman a sword. Now I gotta break curses? Hell if I know what to do about... Hello.
This looks important.
Emerald piece. Well, let's take a look. See what it says. This mask is made of solid gold that has been polished to a luxurious gleam. It would be pleasing work of art were it not for the horrific continents on display. It is a joy to the impostor's presence. They are pleasing to the eye. They always speak what one wants to hear, most wants to hear. Only the most skeptical or discerning can perceive the lies woven in amidst the truth. Most don't ever want to. Well, that's disturbing. They go back there? No. Oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. Black tar. I'm willing to bet that'll cure our problem. Ooh, the Feast of the Forest King. One day, the Forest King announced an enormous feast and invited every animal of the forest, and one of you will receive my boon, the invitation said. But whomever displeases me will receive a bow, which meant a noose. For every animal know the king's capriciousness and cruelty. So the animals came. The Jubhawk put on his finest clothes, preening his feathers and polishing his horns. The Han fluffed its gills and licked its eyes cleaner than they'd ever been. The Nara shed a new skin and combined its tails. Every animal presented the very best except the Dropper, whose coat dripped with cave slime and smelled of wild fungus. What are you doing? The Jubhawk snapped. Why have you not groomed for the king? The Dropper yawned. Your posturing looks so unpleasant. Everyone is stiff and miserable. We should at least have bathed, said the Jubhawk. If the king notices you, you will surely hang. The Dropper shrugged. At least I am comfortable. The feast was served. The king had not yet arrived. The animals praised the spread, though they ate little for fear of appearing gluttonous. The Dropper, however, appreciated none of it, tearing into his food like one half-starved. You fool, the feast is for show, hissed the Jubhawk. The king was surely watching. Then I may die, the Dropper said. Crumbs from a large piece of apple cake spilled from his mouth. But I will not die empty. Afterwards, with a loud fanfare, the king arrived and took his place at the head of the table. The animals rose and bowed, all except the Dropper, who was so full he could not stand. And while the others stood in front of him, blocking his view, he scratched his belly and let loose a roaring belch. All in attendance gasped in horror, but the crowd was so great that the king could not see who was at fault. Who was that? Bellowed the king. Tell me, and you may yet live. But the animals were afraid of drawing attention to themselves, so no one moved. But the Jubhawk feared staying quiet more, and so, though it betrayed his friend, he raised one clawed wing and pointed at the now sleeping Dropper. It was him, your majesty. The Dropper dishonored your otherwise divine feast. The Dropper snored like a wood beetle. His fur was caked with drinking apple clumps. The king barked his name. Wake and speak for yourself. Long fable. The Dropper startled awake. He looked around and saw all eyes upon him, notably the forest king's. He swelled. It was a good feast. I enjoyed it very much, though I may never eat again. Silence boomed through the feasting hall. Everyone watched the king, both excited and terrified. Without warning, the king's head flew back and he roared in laughter. The other animals remained silent, paralyzed in fear. The foolish Dropper grinned sleepily. When the king stopped laughing, "You will eat again, Dropper. This and much more. For more than any other, you have enjoyed the feast I have laid out before you, and so you shall receive my boon." And the king ordered that the food be brought to the Dropper's cave every day, enough to keep him fed and fat for the rest of his days. Then the king pointed to the Jubhawk. But you betrayed your friend for a boon. You're more treacherous and selfish than any of my subjects, and so your neck shall receive a bow. And he ordered him arrested. That evening the Jubhawk was hanged, though by the time of the execution the king had forgotten his crime, and so none was posted. The Jubhawk died for nothing, but the Dropper was, and still is, happy to this day. Moral posture for no one. Boons and bows may be damned. Not bad advice. Unless it's your knack.
Can't carry any more of that.
Well, I have no idea what curse. The birth of the Fae. The birth of the Fae? In the beginning times, the Fae did suffer a terrible disease known as the wasting. None were safe, for the wasting struck both young and old, rich and poor. It had neither cure nor remedy. This is the story of how the wasting was conquered. Day and night they prayed to their Creator with tears of blood. Hear us, great Spirit of Light, and show us what we have done. We no longer drink blood, nor kill in revelry. These laws and more we have upheld. Tell us our sin, O God, and we will repent. And yet all their fervor. The Great Spirit did not answer them. We must seek him out, said one, a warrior named Armin. Armin? How? The people asked. The Great Spirit dwells beyond the sun, where no Fae has ever gone. No Fae but ourselves, said Aramon's brother, the hunter known as Anamor. And who better? Aramin agreed. We must. For the Spirit will not hear us. Every Fae shall perish. So the two brothers set out to find the home of the Great Spirit, taking with them Tola, the dreamer, and Saril, the seer. Together, these four undertook the long, impossible journey to the temple beyond the sun. In the weeks that followed, Saril guided them down the Queen's Byway to the wild, and from there to the Forbidden Peaks, where not even Armor could find subsistence for them. The suns blazed upon their heads, their legs became like chests packed with sodden clothes, and hunger tore at them from the inside. On the 17th day, Tola fell to the ground with a sharp cry. Armor ran to her, but she did not respond to his pleas. Her face bore the first outlines of scales, a sign of the wasting. Saru wailed in anguish. The Great Spirit has abandoned us. We are nothing to him. Armor rebuked her. No, our sainted Creator would not discard us so. But this is a test of our faith. We are close, Aramin said Aramin. We need only reach the peak of that mountain. There we shall find the Great Spirit and end this curse for Tola and all of us. Sariel nodded, though tears dripped from her eyes, for the mountain was tall and the days were long. Tola regained consciousness, but her scales became more pronounced. Soon she could not bear her own weight, and Aramin had to carry her. Then the scales appeared on Aramin's face as well. It's useless, said Saril. We are not even halfway to the summit. The Great Spirit cares nothing for us. Silence! Aramin drew his knife and slashed at the seer. You will not blaspheme the Creator again. Aramin grabbed Armor's wrist, though his grip was weak and his hand trembled. Peace, brother. Do not stain your hand for one who grieves. Above all others, we who undertake this journey must not sin. This is the test. Her heresy undermines us both, brother. The Creator would relish her death. We do not kill. Aramin sat down, drained from the force behind his own words. We must carry on whatever the cost. For days more they climbed, until Armor had to carry his brother, and Tola slipped in and out of consciousness. Starvation clawed at their stomachs, but the summit was near, drawing them ever onward. They reached the peak. The suns blared on their faces, and the wind breathed cold on their necks. Yet the peak was barren. There was no temple, only a sea of mountains beyond, each taller than the last. Armor dropped to his knees in despair. Aramin fell from his back to the ground. Saru, who had not yet seen, scaled the peak behind him and cried in anguish, Tola, no. The brothers turned. Saru buried her face in Tola's chest. Tola's skin had turned ashen white. Her cheeks follow. Her eyes lay open, staring out at the vast mountain range, yet seeing none of it. Tola was dead. Saru lifted her face to the sky and cried, Why? What good is any of this? The Great Spirit has disowned us. We are nothing to him. Damn you, seer. Armor, through tears of anguish, though tears of anguish dampened his face, silence your blasphemy, or I will silence it for you. The Great Spirit does not exist, she spat. Or else is a useless being, unworthy of worship. Your Great Spirit has brought us nothing but anguish. Armor gripped the dagger at his belt, knuckles whitening around the hilt. You live only because my brother has spoken for you. Our anguish is caused by you. No, it is caused by this. We should have never come. If it weren't for your foolish plan, Tola might yet live. She pulled the blade from her sister's sheath and stood to her feet, her chest heaving with each fiery breath. No more will die for your dogma. Saw relief to top Onmar. The hunter pulled his own knife in defense, but it caught the scabbard. He glared defiantly at the seer. Defiantly as the seer brought her blade down on his neck. Suddenly, she cut short, releasing a strangled cough from her lips. Blood dripped from her chin, and Armor saw Armin beneath her, 2 hands on the hilt of his own blade stuck deep into her chest. Armin stood with strength and shoved her back. The blade slipped from her body, and she fell to the ground by her sister, blood crystallizing in the cold mountain air. Brother, Armor breathed, your skin. Armor looked at his arms and touched his face. The scales had fallen, his strength had returned, the wasting had left him. But I sinned. I killed for you. Yet murder is... You murdered a heretic, brother. It's a sign. I don't like where this is going. Armin stood a while longer, rubbing his hands up and down in amazement. He nodded. So the Great Spirit is on our side. Let us press on. There's still many days before they reach their destination. The wasting returned to both this time. As the days passed, the strength fled. The weapons and packs became too heavy for them. They could no longer lift their arms. Their lungs felt as though they breathed sand. Finally, they crested the tallest mountain and saw, silhouetted in the light of the suns, the temple they had sought for so long. With a small, fresh store of strength, they pushed through the doors and stepped inside. A glorious being towered above them, radiating beauty and light. Instinctively, the brothers fell to their knees. Armin was the first to find his voice. O Great Spirit, we have come to beseech thine help for our people. The being gazed but said nothing. The brothers glanced at each other. Armor soaked. We have taken a long and hard journey to save the Fae. They are beset by disease, the wasting which we ourselves may die from even now. We have kept all your laws, Armin said. Yet the wasting remains. Please tell us what we must do to repent. The Great Spirit did not move. It stared at them for what seemed like an eternity. The brothers pressed their faces to the temple floor. We have come so far, said Armor. We need you, Great Creator. We are nothing without you. Again, silence until the brothers wondered. If the Spirit could even hear them. Finally, though it did not open its mouth, the Great Spirit's voice boomed throughout the temple. I did not create you. Armin and Armor glanced at each other in confusion. Surely you did. Thou art the Great Spirit, the god of all Fae. I am your Great Spirit, it said. Truly, I do rule over all Fae, but I did not create you. The Creator gave all its creatures free will, a wasted and squandered gift. For the Fae are a wicked people of chaos and destruction. I have tried to contain you, offer you guidance, laws, and teachers. All of it betrayed. The Fae love only death, and I can only try to contain your ruination. No seekers. I will not save you from that which saves the world. The brothers gaped in silence until Armor said, the wasting, it came from you. The Great Spirit said nothing and turned away from them. The light of the temple dimmed as it did so. It came from you. With a shout, Armor stood and leaped at the Great Spirit. Armin did the same. The brothers gappled the god, clawing at its eyes, sinking their teeth into its flesh. The spirit howled and tore at them, calling upon the rage of the storm. The doors of the temple crashed open. Gale-force winds whipped around them, slicing their skin with debris. Lightning shook the very walls until the floor itself cracked, yet still. The brothers battered and thrashed their ersatz creator. Until finally, with a cry of shock from the sky, the Great Spirit fell to the ground. Its blood filled the temple, and the light faded from its eyes. Armin and Armor slayed next to each other, breathing heavy. The scales fell from their skin, and their wounds healed. The wasting left them. Left all Fae in that moment, never to return. Brother, said Armor, what have we done? Armin pushed himself to his feet and gazed over the massive body. We saved us, but the Great Spirit, we have killed our god. Not a god, brother, he never was. Armin turned and looked through the temple door to the world beyond. There's no god but ourselves. Ooh, good fable. You got any more? I chewed up plenty of recording time with that. Well, you know me, I'm a sucker for a good lore story. Oh, that's right, we got Black Tar 2. Well, that'll be at least a shorter read. Black Tar. Oh, no, that's a weapon. A grimy bottle packed with heavy, oily, most importantly, flammable grease collected from remains of wood or coal fire. This bottle fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. There's one thing all manner of Dran, critter, and monsters share a fright of, and that thing is flame. My sweet Dran have learned to use it to their advantage. Even before creatures came, oh, I sometimes wish they hadn't seen what with where it got them. So we got fire bombs. Cool. Whoops. Oh, it gives me the option to create a pool of flammable grease and do something about that. I sense the potential for a puzzle. Oh. They're living statues? Heck, man. I was not prepared. Castlevania. No candlestick shall survive. It goes double for candelabras. Fascinating. Here they come. But do they? But do they? Who had what to say now? Yep, we still cursed. Well, we have certainly found one and a of interest. I don't think I can bridge that gap. I have no idea what that white marker's about. Another. All right. another. I feel like, under the right circumstances, I could hop those bookshelves and work my way over there. Part of me does want to run back to camp to get some curatives, but we don't have the budget. Alright, let's hope this is a short one. The Nara and the Jubhawk. Oh, brother. Alright, let's bottom line it. Trust is for fools. Oh! Spreading the nuts were gone within months. The Nara's called I Cannot Eat Worms. Oh, okay. The Jubhawk's kind of a douche. Interesting. Avians aren't usually dicks in most of the fables I read. They're just very thoughtless as concerns other people being unable to fly. Yeah, so that's just there. Alright, well this feels like a dead end. I'm assuming. Nope. I thought that could be it. Truly I did. That really bugs me. But we don't have the piece we need. Nope. There's a puzzle there, and I don't have a solution for it, and it annoys me. Oh, you mean... I figure I could have just zipped my way up there. Oh, that's fine and dandy. I'll just go right ahead. Solve that little ammo and status effect condition. Oh, Pablo missed the boat again. Trashkin, friends, you do actually want me to read the Nara and the Jubhawk. If I hear from you, oh, I don't know, 5 of you, I'll go back and read it. But I have a feeling most of you are tired of me reading every bit of lore I come across. Where it's like, well... Alright, fine. I guess this is the deceiver then. The profane.
Looks like it's missing a piece.
And that did... not solve our problem. Okay. Oh. I don't know what the hell to even... This is a whole new set of puzzles. I got no clue. Perhaps it's because I've forsaken little gods of lore and chosen not to read the Nara and the Jubhawk. Which boils down to the Jubhawk did not, again, take his friends into consideration, which is weird because the Jubhawk got hanged in the last one. But apparently they both wound up dead? So search me, man. Because the Nara was there at that party. Like, was this a different Jubhawk? Or is this just an Aesop's situation? Yep, still nothing. Alright, well, I guess it's time to mess around and find out.
This ain't good.
Oh. Alright. Oh, that's right. Best Pop-Up to the rescue. Heck. Whoop. There we go. I hate to double on fights, but... There we go. That's a good boy putting yourself out and helping control the mobs. Bailing me out of my own stupid. You're a key member of this party and don't let anybody tell you different, Chopo. Alright, so there's an elevator that links up to that somewhere. Well, let's try finding that elevator then. Attack.
Damn. This ain't good.
There we go. No wild card this time. No wild card this time. I'm sure I'll work it out eventually, but... Pop out! Oh, thank God. We can't get over there from here. Oh, I'm slow. I missed the gap in the pony wall. The railing. But I don't have the thing. So I need the thing, but I don't know where it is. I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't think there's a clue in the tail of the Jubhawk. Or the Nara and the Jubhawk. There certainly isn't one for the Forest King's Feast. Oh, wait. Might this be the place? Ah, I missed the connecting hall. Oh, this puts us at the far side of things. Okay. Well, I don't know what this does, but... Search me. I haven't a clue. These sound different.
Here we go.
Is that a... Oh, no, that's Luminite. Like, don't tell me we got that lucky. Anybody else got what Bilbo Baggins hates stuck in their head now? Just me? Oh. Lovely. Well, we managed to scare up 1,000 scrap at the very least, Trashkin. It's at least been a profitable session. Even if I flunked most of my to-dos here. Weird amount of books for a basement. Not really a good place to keep books. They don't like it wet. Slightly tougher. Hey, some galvanized iron. Oh, we need all we can get of that. That looks depressing. Disposition of Venice the Butcher on a bridge. Deposition of Venice the Butcher as taken by Advocate Savon. This version has not been submitted to the court due to the fact that it is inadmissible. The record here for posterity only. State your name and occupation. Venice Butcher of Meats. You have been accused of murdering Fae Palace the Binder. Is that true? That I've been accused or that I murdered him? The former. Yes. And the latter? Also yes. In that case... Wait, did you just admit you're good? I did not. But you admitted that you murdered Phalos, did you not? I did murder him, but I'm not guilty. I'm afraid I don't understand. That's not a question. Alright, let's start at the beginning. In your own words, tell me what happened between you and Phalos the night you were found with his body. Like I told them before, I was waiting for my friend in the library when Phalos gets up in my face about some nonsense. We had words, I pulled my cleaver, he backed off, but he didn't back off, if you know what I mean. For the sake of this disposition, I assume that I don't know what you mean. What I mean is, he took a fright and backed away, his hands up and all, but he wouldn't stop trying to control me. How did you do that, Mr. Vens? What did you do? What do you want you to do? To silence me? You mean he wanted you to be quiet? Exactly. In the library? You trying to mean something by that? So you brandished your weapon, he backed away, and then you killed him. Is that accurate? Because he wouldn't stop telling me what to do. Yeah. You believe you are not guilty. 1-2 King. They can do as they want to this, but without your consequences. Damn the king's consequences. The bastard's nothing more than a tyrant. We're off the record, etc., etc. Well, I have to admit, Sir Venice, you are persuasive. I believe all Fae to be basically the same, that all value life equally, even if someone disagrees with what value means, and etc., etc. The king believes that we are monsters. I had fought him. Good, it won't be long before everyone sees that the king believes we are monsters. Entirely misguided, but you have convinced me otherwise. If we do not allow ourselves to be ruled by law, then we submit to be ruled by monsters like yourself. I'm afraid I can no longer defend you, Mr. Venice. You are on your own. End of disposition. Addendum. While awaiting his trial, Venice's body was found in his cell, hanging from the ceiling, with a note that read, "Freedom or death." As I see. This disposition was therefore never submitted to the court. Off the record, surely you don't believe there should be consequences. You're just doing your job because you're afraid of what the one true king will do to you. I believe life is sacred and that everyone sees that. Sure, life's sacred, especially mine. I have to admit, you're changing my opinion. I had fought all Fae worthy of defending, but you're going to hang. Oh, well, I can flip pages. And they are, in fact, accurately written on the pages what is there. Mysteriously, every book seems to only be about 2 pages long from this point forward. Hello. A discarded jester? I must admit that's a new one. It's not a bad routine, I must say. Nice. Well, thank you, friend. I have no idea what to do with it. I certainly wish you well. That headdress looks quite heavy. That was... You know, I should really give up trying to make sense of what's going on here. It does not matter what ink is used. The magic lies within the implement, not the medium. The portal could be drawn in ink or water or blood. It could even be carved into stone itself. Subtle. The current twinning of worlds is not the first time the Fae could have dabbled in dimensional egress. It is, however, the first time said egress was unintentional and could not be undone. Well, that certainly sounds like a way to Okay. Magic-y, magic. Well, that is incredibly convenient. So we know of 3 doors. 2 in the library, 1 in the basement. Council chamber. Let's check what map we got. Oh, we got fairy fire. Sundry goods. Nice. This leads up and away, I assume? Or does this unlock? Nope. Locked door. Don't tell me there's a trick key. Well, we found ourselves some spare bits. Are these segments linked? Sturdiest stable we found so far. Again, I have no idea what this does. Or if perhaps it is a cure to curses. Or immunity to curses. Perhaps just increased resistance to curses.
It's over.
Well, I don't think we're gonna finish this one today. At least not this segment. I can get somewhere with it. I hope. Unfortunately, the gods of lore do extract a heavy toll in runtime. I mean, seems odd for a race so capricious to have so many books. Did I just call the witch? late swing. So I worked out that weak spot. Fortunately, we have Puppla's house to prop us up a little bit. Just have myself a little bark treat while we're exploring. Oh, I could have explored Central, but no. I wanted to be fancy and check the wings first. Though I suspect Central would have just dead-ended us anyway. Well, that's all right. Something about those warps in the wall make me want to hit them. Well, no illusory wall there. Absolutely nothing up here. Alright. An empty dead end. That's mildly depressing. Was gonna get me some loot. Alright, that's where we came in. Right. Down the way then. Pays to check for invisible walls every now and again. I feel like I'm about to get ambushed here.
That's odd.
Yeah, it is. Every piece is focused on that center. They're ashing. They're ashing. Let's go for everyone then. Oh. That all of them? I think that's all of them. Oh. Well, let's not break all of them. Possibly. I may have goofed. My puzzle sense did not deliver us. I can't clamber up. Can't bust it. Perhaps something hidden on one of the pedestals? No. Well, let's go check this corner real quick. I don't see any more actual figures here. That seems to have worked out. Plenty of wings. Through.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
Well, Trashkin, I'm going to take just a moment here and see if I can figure out anything about that obvious puzzle room there. Alright, back in just a moment. Well, Trashkin, after a quick consult, it occurred to me that's a weird place for a painting. It's the only one we found that wasn't hung. So we have a bit of a fight on our hands, no doubt. And these tend to give us a fair bit of scrap. Yeah, everybody's going. He's scattering all the cremains. Alright, can't break that. Your sturdy table? No. Oh, they in fact have gunpowder. I'm sorry, Papa. I done goofed. This seems... Oh boy. Oh. Bad. Bad. Bad.
Thanks.
Oh. Well, that's gonna be a rough fight. Or at least... Oh, brother. That's gonna be a hell of a run. Okay, well, let's get to it. I at least want to drop that before I call it a day. We're over budget, but... why not? don't think it's that far in. What needs me?
Out of room.
Right, down the way we go. No time to waste. Alright, got him. Fire damage isn't quite cutting it these days. Well, if nothing else, this run has done some good things for our scrap stock. It's nothing like it was in the first, but again, I am on the lowest difficulty, I do suppose. Alright, down we go. That might have been the luckiest slide I have ever pulled. This displacement thing, Trashkin, I'm telling you. Well, I was hoping I would manage to get through. Oh. I was hoping we'd get through, Trashkin. I really was, but I hate to say it, but this place got the best of me this time. Then again, I did hop into the boss dungeon first, so that takes some of the sting out, but I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to leave the council chambers unfinished this time, so I'd like to take a moment and remind you that YouTube is not particularly kind to Let's Players, especially small-timers like yours truly. So if you'd want to help out the channel, likes, subscriptions, and of course comments, likes or dislikes help us out a great deal. They might get the algorithm to notice us, but it's fairly unlikely, though it'd be nice all the same. The algorithm probably isn't going to do the heavy lifting here, but that's fine. I'm happy with word of mouth at the moment. If you'd like to join the Trashkin around the dumpster fire, we had to upgrade recently. We hit 50. You can go right ahead. And hit the subscribe button anytime you'd care to do that. The bell's right next to it, but I don't ask people to do that. I upload 3 times a week, for heaven's sake. I think you don't want to hear from me that often. And of course, the best way to get in contact with me at the moment is over on Blue Sky or in the comment section. I try to check them at least daily, if not weekly. I'd like to remind you, you can go ahead and have yourself a good stretch by the trash fire. Don't worry about your chair. Go ahead and help yourself to another snack and another drink on your way out. Make sure you don't pull anything on the walk home. I've been your humble host, Raspa Trash Bear. Yeah, no, leave the chairs. Me and the Trashkin Elite will take that. Don't get near the dumpster fire. We only just got that lid system working, okay? Alright. I've been your humble host, Raspa Trash Bear, and until next time on Trash Tier Gaming, make a little time, play some video games, take care of yourselves, good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.